Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm here today riding my new bike, and well, you guessed it, I went for a Tracer, but this is the Tracer GT model, the top of the line, top spec. I picked the bike up a couple of days ago, and initially when I rode it home from the dealers, I thought it felt a little down on power, but I think it's actually misleading. It's deceptively smooth, so you get up to speed very quickly. The bike's very smooth, and I was disappointed riding along the motorway. When I first joined the motorway, I thought, my god, I'm only doing about 40 miles an hour, this is ridiculous. And I looked down and I was well, I was at the speed limit anyway. So I was pleasantly surprised. The bike was just so smooth. Another thing I noticed straight off, from the screen we have, which is a fully adjustable screen, you just press this lever, it can come up, and you can press the lever, put it down, so it's adjustable on the move. But the first thing I noticed was there's a bit more wind noise around my helmet. It's not uncomfortable. In the high position there's a tiny bit of buffeting. In the low position it's just noise. It's not uncomfortable, they don't get blown about. I also noticed the riding position on this bike. It's very, very comfortable. I guess it does depend which bike you've come from as to your opinion on that. If you've come from a Goldwing, you might say something else. I believe it's a similar riding position to a GS. I've come from an MT09, which I thought was a comfortable position, and this one is even more so. I believe for this year, for this GT model, Yamaha have tweaked the riding position. I'm sat straight up. It's not a reach to the bar at all. A slight bend in my elbows, and there's a bend in my knees, but it's not a sports bike position. It's very comfortable, easily manageable. I've sat on a Z1000SX recently, and I felt that going from my MT09 to the Z1000SX, the knee bend position was more extreme on the Z1000SX, and my MT09 was much more comfortable. It's such a smooth engine as well. It's a triple 847cc engine, and it's just so smooth, and I notice it. It's very noticeable to me when I'm pulling away from the fuel station, as I just have done. Slow speed manoeuvring, there's no juddering, there's no fueling issues. It's just how you want it to be. I also noticed when I picked the bike up how stable it was. It's not top heavy at all. Feels very light to manoeuvre. It just drops into the bends, sweeping bends, roundabouts. You don't even think about it. You don't have to look for your position. It just drops straight in. It's beautiful. Let's put a bit of speed on through here. Oh wow, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Feels very quick, feels very safe, very stable. I think I'll see if I can pull over on the left around this corner here. Give you a little show around the bike. So here she is. This is my 2019 model Tracer GT. Okay, so the weight of the bike, this is 215 kilos including fuel, which I think for this type of the bike, a wet weight of 215 kilo for a tourer is fantastic. That's very acceptable. The tank capacity is 18 litres. Yamaha claim 300k plus per tank full, which is 186 per tank full. The suspension on this bike is is fully adjustable. The front for compression and rebound, and the rear suspension has a remote preload adjuster, which is very handy. Saves getting the spanner out and adjusting underneath there. The engine is an 847cc inline triple engine producing 115 PS, which is about 113 brake horsepower, which is 1 or 2 brake horsepower down on the standard Tracer. I think that's 115 brake horsepower, the standard Tracer. So it's 113 brake horsepower, 113.5 at 10,000 RPM. It also produces 64.5 pounds of torque, which is the same as the previous Tracer. The seat height, which is adjustable, is 850 up to 865 millimeters. It is a tall bike, but I find because the seat's narrow and the tank's narrow, your knees fit in quite easily, and I can get down onto the balls of my feet with the 850 milli seat height, and I'm 5'8" with a 30-inch inseam. We have twin discs on the front. These are 298 milli discs. I think they've just got the standard Yamaha calipers on them. And the rear disc is a 245 milli Nissin single pot. For the tyres, we have a 180 rear and a 120 on the front. They're both 17-inch tyres. This bike has a great screen on it, and it's perfectly visible in bright sunlight. When we switch on, there's the fuel level, the tachometer, QS showing that the quick shifter's on. We've got the time on the top right. Got the odometer, 4,000 miles on this particular bike, and my trip, 7.6 miles since putting the fuel in. It shows that I'm in standard mode, traction control 1, the outside temperature is 21, and my heated grips are off. You can change modes on the handlebar, that's by your forefinger. Also on this left hand bar we have the hazard light switch, the horn and the indicator switch. Traction control, you change that with your thumb on the left hand handlebar again, and also we have cruise control here. Cruise control, to switch the system on you press the centre button, and to set it you press the down button. Cruise control will cancel if you shut your rivs off or if you touch either of the brakes. It's a nice gear position indicator as well, and your miles per hour. This bike comes with a quick shifter as standard. It's it's the up only. You can do clutchless up changes. We also have a DC outlet socket here. The headlights are fully adjustable by these little screws on either side. Bike also comes with a centre stand. It's very easy to get on and off the centre stand too, not a problem. The integrated panniers are very handsome, very tidy. What I like about these is that when you take them off, which is fairly easy to do, watch me mess this up, you put the key in, turn it, lift the handle and lift it off. So what I particularly like about these is that once you take the panniers off, there's no scaffolding. On the previous Tracers there'd be a cage around here to support the panniers. The case is going easy enough. There's a little catch on the bottom here and 2 lugs that fit into the lug holes. Put the panniers on, put the lugs in the lug holes, ensure that's fitted onto the support. Close the handle and lock it. If you want to open it, turn the key and lift the switch, lift the catch, and we can see inside there. I think they're about 22 litres each side case. So we'll take her for a little spin, test her out around these country lanes, see what she goes like. The slow speed control on this bike is excellent. It's a bike that's just very happy to ride along 30 miles an hour at the speed limit. It's not revving high, it's not jerky, it's quite happy to ride along at 30 miles an hour as it is to race along when you want to open it up, blow the cobwebs out and have a quick blast. If you want this bike to fly, she absolutely will. This bike gets up to speed so quick. As I said before, it's deceptively fast because it's so smooth. Up to motorway speeds, the bike is perfectly smooth. We have another sweeping motorway bend on off ramp. And you just think it's absolutely nothing. I shouldn't have even mentioned that I'm on a sweeping bend on an off ramp because the bike isn't phased by it at all. It's a non-issue. But I know I've been on other bikes and the bike has complained terribly, ducked and dived and wallowed about. These mirrors seem to be on longer stalks, and there's not an issue at all with the mirrors. I can see a tiny bit of my elbow, which I actually quite like for perspective, and I can see all of the road behind me in each mirror, just as how I'd like it. I do think this is a do-it-all bike. It's so practical. We've got the panniers on it, you can commute to work on it, you can go out and scratch around the country lanes on it. It just handles fantastically. It's so comfortable, you can do long motorway rides, stick the cruise control on. I have no backache, no leg ache. This bike is so easy when I'm riding around roundabouts, leaving the roundabout to join a tight left-hander. I don't even have to think about my speed or braking. It's just all natural. It just feels not a problem. I'm not coming into the corners too fast. I don't have to slow right down. The bike just handles it all. I'm going to do a left here. Some little country sweepy bends. Accelerates nicely between corners. Goes around the bends lovely. It is confidence inspiring. So I'd say for the average rider who wants all day comfort, very predictable handling, very stable, this is it. You just have this bike and it'll do everything for you. It's got the speed, the comfort, you can ride it easy all day if you want. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time.